Detroit. The last fist to knock out white supremacy. This news report was given back when Malice Green was murdered by two white racist, white supremacist police. I'm gonna comment afterwards.
He spoke with witnesses who helped him reconstruct the attack in all of its viciousness, and he joins us now live from Detroit Police Headquarters downtown. Frank?
Well, Guy, in the wake of this traumatic and sad incident, Detroit Police Chief Stanley Knox held a press conference that was at times very emotional for him just a few moments ago. We'll have more on that just a bit later. As of right now, 7 Detroit police officers, including a sergeant who stood by and watched this incident without intervening, have been suspended without pay. At the scene, Malice Green's blood still runs in the street at West Warren and 23rd on the city's southwest side. It was there that at 10:30 last night, he was beaten to death, according to witnesses, by 2 white police officers of the 3rd Precinct's so-called booster squad. Those officers have been identified as Walter Butson and Larry Nevers. They are plainclothes officers who ride around the neighborhood in an unmarked car. Now, Green was stopped on Warren at 23rd when the officers approached him. He had something balled up in his fist, according to witnesses, that he wouldn't show the officers. And according to them, that aggravated the police officers, and using their flashlights, they just started beating him.
When they pulled him over, they tried to get out of the car, he got out of the car and asked him what was the problem. And then they was just saying, open your hand. He had his hand balled up like I got this key, and he had it balled up, and he wouldn't open it. All of a sudden, they came up behind, just started hitting him back in the head and pushed him down. He just went unconscious. His eyes were open, but he wasn't moving.
And they kept beating him?
They kept hitting him until he fell out unconscious.
Stacey Baker says he could only watch helplessly and in horror as 35-year-old Malice Green was savagely beaten by the 2 plainclothes police officers. How many blows you think?
I wasn't counting, but I could see it had to be at least about 8 apiece.
Was he fighting back?
He wasn't fighting back. He had his hands up till his hands was fell down. He wasn't even fighting back.
All of this was just minutes after Green stopped to talk to this man from his car. When officers Butson and Nevers, known as Starsky and Hutch, rolled up.
I don't know what he did then. He had his hand balled up, and they said, "What you got in your hand?" And then they went to beat him. That man,
Did they drag him out of the car?
No, they beat him in the car. They beat him in the car. Then the other one went on the other side, opened the driver's side door, and man, they beat him down like a dog.
Did he do anything at all?
No. No. Other than not open his hand, they beat his knuckles first, man. This stuff first.
Did he have drugs in his hand?
I have no idea.
Witnesses by the dozen were either standing nearby or driving past as the beating took place, but the reputation of Starsky and Hutch keeps most off camera.
When I turned around and came back, I saw blood all over the car and blood in the street, and the officer yelling at him, and I saw the officer strike him once with his flashlight in his head.
Was he fighting back at all?
No, he wasn't. He was like, at that point, he seemed like he was already, powerless.
And who was striking him? The plainclothes officer?
The plainclothes officer struck him with his flashlight.
Did he ever make his way out of the car?
They had to drag him out of the car. They had to. They told us to leave. So we left, and the next thing I know, he laying out in the street full of blood.
And when we left and came back out, the emergency was out there, all right? They wouldn't touch it. Then they came back and started hitting the guy again. He wasn't no defense to do nothing to nobody.
Even after EMS showed up,
They hit him a couple more times.
So I wanted to help you, but what I'm going to do then, I just be getting links. I wanted to say something, but what can I do? We couldn't do nothing. I thought they were going to stop at the wire. Well, I thought he might have had something in the car like weapons or a big amount of drugs or something, but it was just a routine traffic stop. Or he might have seen him buy drugs or something. I don't know what made him do it, though. And then he got out, and the man got out to open his back of his truck up and just wiped the blood off the flashlight and put it back where he had it.
Now, the 2 plainclothes officers principally involved in the beating, Butson and Nevers, are 24 and 19-year veterans of the police department, respectively. In fact, Nevers is the most highly decorated officer at the 3rd Precinct. This is obviously creating a traumatic situation for the police department as well. As I mentioned earlier, Police Chief Stanley Knox held a news conference just moments ago, and here's what he had to say.
In my direction, 7 officers will be suspended today. The investigation by the Special Assignment Squad of the Homicide Section is continuing, and the Police Board of Review has been impaneled. I feel this incident is disgraceful and a total embarrassment to all good officers that work so hard day after day to make this department one of the best in the nation. Mayor Young, who I spoke to earlier today regarding this matter, has worked long and hard to bring this police department and the community closer together, is also very upset that something as shameful as this incident could have happened. Everyone was hurt by this senseless act because everyone has worked so hard with much less, trying to make the community and police a team. And to receive a blow like this actually brought tears to my eyes.
Now, the chief indicated that the 5 uniformed officers suspended, along with Buxton and Nevers, either participated somewhat in the beating or stood by and watched. Meanwhile, tonight, Dr. Cassim from the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office is listing Malice Green's cause of death as multiple blunt force trauma to the head. He also had some scattered injuries that he says are consistent with a struggle. We are also told by the chief that some contraband, namely some kind of illegal drug, was also found at the scene. He wasn't clear on whether or not it was in the car or just at the scene, but he also says whatever occurred last night, it should not have resulted in Malice Green's death. Reporting live from Detroit Police Headquarters, I'm Frank Turner, Channel 7 Action News. Guy?
Do we know how many blows officially yet from the medical examiner?
Officially, we've not been told that. He would say that there was only one death-causing blow, and there was more than one after that, but we don't know specifically how many, but witnesses say quite a few.
You said that...
Yeah, this is what's happening right now. Even though we got those 2 officers, I won't call them officers, we got them 2 white supremacists locked up in jail. It's still going on. I think I forgot when this occurred. I think it was in the 90s. You know, sometime in the 90s. And it could have been in the 80s. It could have been the late 80s or the early 90s. I don't forgot now. And after Mayor Coleman Young left office, in sporadic incidents, you know, different mayors, Mayor Kwame, he went to jail. So we got a Caucasian mayor now. So it's happening all over the country now. And it's beginning to happen back here. But see, what they did here is they got the state troopers, you know. So they ain't cool, you know, but they not as bad as some, you know. But it's not gonna end. It's gonna get worse. Maybe not here so bad because we got almost an all-black police force, or all black. It's a 85% black city, and they're not gonna let it happen. Even though these brothers and sisters that got soft and kind of punctified, if you ask me. but we still holding on strong. So what we gonna do in this series is we're gonna show you that we need to make Detroit rally around Detroit. A lot of y'all brothers don't want to do this, but the brothers elsewhere, they don't have the kind of history that we have in Detroit as far as black power and white supremacy. We're going to end this one right here.